Hi, Grandpa Newbie here. Despite the warnings of everybody who cares about me, telling me don't do it, I tried the Snipers Only map. Played a couple of games in it. So I'll start with the configurations. First of all, I chose the XRK for the medium to long maps, and then I decided I would do the longwood on the shorter maps. So here's the configuration. You can see it's built for speed. No stock, which is something I just unlocked. The optic adds to the aim down sight speed, as does the barrel. So what I figured was most of the engagements were going to be close in. I was right in some cases, and I'd only get one long shot before somebody killed me. Let's move over to the longwood. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying longwood, I mean longbow. The longbow configuration, and you can see that I have the Jack Tyrant 7.62 kit. Gives me a better aim down sight speed, not quite as fast in the reload, but I think that's going to be okay. Again, I'm built for speed here. So let's go on in and see what happens. All right, here we go. A little nervous here, kind of like right before I took off on my first combat mission in the Gulf War. A little confusing on the weapon selection there. And I do pick the XRK because it's a medium map. There are a lot of not available type do not enter signs on the loadouts. Oh, hey, that's one thing. There are a lot of guys, they're not knifers, but they continuously try to run around and melee you, disrupt the game. I think that's a way of exploitation, if you ask me, and I think maybe I'm going to start reporting these guys if I play again, because it's not a run around and kill people with your fists or run around and melee people with your weapon. It's a snipers only, you should snipe. This first game was pretty good about that. For the most part, people were sniping. There were only a couple of campers. I decided I was going to die on my feet, that I wasn't going to lay down and aim down sight and cover lanes. It's going to have some fun. Well, as much as I can. They dropped me into a game that had already started, which I usually don't like, but at least I'd have an excuse if I ended up last. So we were behind. I tried to take a couple of the points because second place is the first loser, and you come in second in the fighter world, that means you don't come home. There you go. Guy just standing there in the way out in the open. If somebody gives me two shots, I can usually hit them. Not always, but usually. And we're coming back. In fact, we're coming back so well, we're in the lead now. And I checked, I'm in first place, which means I'm not on a very gifted team because I'm certainly not a sniper. Don't claim to be, and I'm not gifted at it myself. So that bodes ill for the team. If I'm the best they got, they're in trouble. Oh, that was my mosquito drone. Usually it kills me too on the smaller maps. You can hear me moaning and groaning. Don't worry about me. I'm not in any medical problem going on there. It's just age. I'm 66, and I can tend to be grumpy and groan every now and then. So I'm bebopping around. Pretty familiar map. We played it on several Call of Duty titles. And I'm pretty happy right now because we're within winning. We started way behind when it dropped me in. Not that I had a whole lot to do with it. And now we're pretty much tied. In fact, we're ahead at this point. Okay, I'm on my belly, but I'm on B. Let that be noted. There's a little bit of a grunt from the old guy. I love getting people who jump into my sight. I'm hard scoped, looking for a victim, and I caught a glimpse of the optic, and they took me out. There's a hit marker. I guess if this is going to stand there, give me a second shot. And the game is out of reach now unless we capture all 3 flags, and that generally isn't going to happen here because it hasn't happened yet, at least not with us doing it. So this was my first real snipers only game in 12 or so, 13 titles I've played. Decided to try it again. Hopefully not being the best guy on the team this time because I like to win. It's the longbow time. Now this game had a lot of guys that were running around just trying to melee. Again, I think that's an exploit. It disrupts the game. It's kind of a trolly behavior. And you'll see I got killed by one there. The guy doesn't have a gun out.
Toby, you're exploiting.
He punches me a couple of times, and I'm dead. But I feel comfortable with the longbow because I feel comfortable with marksman rifles, and really it's a marksman rifle on steroids. And
you're
there,
exploiting.
Oh, somebody tried to do it again, and I got saved. I think this other team had 3 people that were primarily meleeing.
I don't want to sound like a bitch, but
I'm
these guys
not
that
sure
just
what
run
I
around
said
melee
there.
only should be. I
know I'm
report them
grumpy.
for exploiting.
I'm complaining, so I guess under my bio on YouTube, I should put grumpy right below roguishly handsome. I always love. Oh, wait, that was a quad feed. I always want to drop a cruise in on these guys. You can hear me laughing in the background, the meleeers. But there were guys honestly playing on the other team. I thoroughly enjoyed this particular game. I like the map. We had good snipers on my team, and there were some good snipers on the other team. So I always had I had an opportunity to learn a few things. And there were always bullets flying. Like right there. Fighter pilot saying, as long as there's lead in the air, there's hope. So I put a lot of lead in the air. There's the guy trying to melee me. I got the first meleeer, or knifer, if you want to call him that. The second one got me. That guy with the fire uniform was mostly, there's the meleeer. And the green guy, too. The green man. Those guys are mostly not sniping. They were trying to melee people. And I don't know what they get out of it, whether they think they're raging people or something, or triggering, or whatever you want to call it. But lead in the air. Put some lead in the air. We've got a pretty good lead on these guys, and we're never going to give it up in this game. Because generally, if they have too many knifers or too many meleeers in any game, the other team's going to win. I don't know why I didn't pull the trigger there. I thought I'd get a better shot, but my buddy got him instead. Stuck one in the green man's ear.
Yeah.
That's why it probably doesn't use his gun. Likes to use his fist. There's a little bit of a jump shot, and I get destroyed. The longbow is so good at the quick scoping, the close-in quick scoping. Like I said, I built it for speed because I never expect to get a second long shot with the thing, and on a small map, it's perfect. That bee is a meat grinder on this map, on Stash House. You want to make some hamburger out of yourself and other people, you drop into B, or you drop into that P1 on the hard point. Doing my civic duty, soaking on, was that A there? And I thought I'd go cruising again, but time ran out. We won. My gosh, I was at the top of the list again. That's unfortunate for the rest of the team. Doesn't say much for them. Here, I think this guy's pretty much a real sniper.
Nice.
But anyway, Thank you for
Doggy.
watching. Please like and subscribe. Helps me, helps my family. Peace.